Hi, today I'm going to read to you Never Let a Dinosaur Scribble by Diane Alber. I recently got a pet dinosaur. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true, and everyone keeps telling me, never let a dinosaur scribble. Why would anyone say such a thing? I mean, dinosaurs are too strong and powerful, so why can't they scribble? I thought, if I give him just one crayon, what could go wrong? Well, I'll tell you. He took off running towards the wall. "We don't scribble on walls, only paper," I yelled. Thank goodness my dinosaur has a short attention span. Just before he was going to scribble on the wall, he noticed a couple of stones instead. You know, rocks. He started to scribble on one of the stones, which was great. But there was just one problem. He really couldn't see the scribble at all. I could tell he had another idea. He went to grab the paint. This wasn't going to end well. But surprisingly, it didn't make as big of a mess as I thought. He just quietly painted on his little stone, and it turned out awesome. But then he got another idea. He wanted to paint dinosaur-sized stones. It didn't take long before he was rolling boulders into the room, one after the other. Look at those stones, so many of them. It had become the biggest rock pile I had ever seen. And the way he painted the rocks was truly extraordinary, but you couldn't see my floor or my bed anymore. I had to find a place for his rock pile, and quick. Then I heard a noise down the hall. This was it. I was going to be in so much trouble. I popped my head out of the door. My mom was standing right there. Before my mom could say anything, I started to explain the mess she was about to see. Well, it all started when I heard to never let a dinosaur scribble, but I had to find out why. So I gave my dinosaur a crayon, and then he ran towards the wall with it. Thank goodness he got distracted with some small stones and started scribbling on them instead, but he couldn't see the scribbles at all, so he got some paint. He loved it so much that he got bigger stones, giant ones even, and it made a big mess, and I'm sorry. My mom peeked around the corner and smiled. "You didn't make a mess. You made some spectacular stone art." When I turned around, there was just a little pile of stones on my table. No huge boulders, no gigantic rock pile, but still some of the best art ever. All this time, people wanted to stop dinosaurs from scribbling. It could be because they try and draw on walls, or make a giant rock pile. But if my dinosaur had never scribbled, he would have never learned how to make this amazing stone art. So the next time you hear, "Never let a dinosaur scribble," just remember, all great art starts with a scribble, and even dinosaurs have to start somewhere. Don't you love that story? I think that's the end. The end. I love that story. I love that story so much that I went outside and I found some rocks. Big rocks, flat rocks, smaller rocks, medium-sized rocks, and really small rocks. And I think I want to scribble on some rocks. And I think I'm going to do it a couple different ways. And I'm going to share that fun with you right now. So I have everything I need to get started here. You might want to have an adult help you with the first step, which is to paint some white on your rocks. I laid down some plastic to protect my surface, and I have some brushes, my rocks. I have some water to rinse my brushes. And I'm going to put that first coat of white paint on there, then I'm going to let it dry, and then you can see how to decorate them. So my rocks were kind of dirty when I found them, and I had to wash them really good and made sure they dried. This one looks like a frog or a face to me, so I'm only going to paint white on the front of it. Once your stones are all painted, you can use crayons to color them. And you could also use chalk to color them. Or there's all kinds of different paints you could use too. So I'll do a little bit of each. And if you use chalk, you'll be able to wash it off again and try another design. forget to clean up when you're all done. When I put the paint on my bag like that to use as a palette, it's easy to clean it up and throw it away. And these still have to dry.